Hello and welcome.
Hi there. It's usually saying coffee chat, but it's like a little different today.
That's right.
I guess for those who are in the States, it is Merry Christmas Eve.
Yeah. It is the
Merry
Nights
Christmas.
Before Christmas show. That's what we're happy to have. And
we got some people
we got
joining
some
us
people
already.
join us.
This
Danny,
is fun.
thank you so
Hello,
much.
hello.
We appreciate that. We'll always take prayers.
That's right.
Music brought to you by Kenny G. Well, almost.
Something like that.
Let's see. And now for your host of the night, David and Kelly Knight. That's right.
That's right.
Good
Yes,
job,
we
Greg.
are here. Thank you so much.
And Serenity, Merry Christmas to you as well. Well, thank you all for joining us.
The Nights Before Christmas.
It is. This is an unusual thing for us to do. An evening show on Facebook, right?
Exactly.
Normally we do a morning.
Friday morning, so we get to change things up and have some different people joining us. I know there's a lot of people who are probably busy right now, but...
Busy? What's going on?
I know. Although it's going to be a very different Christmas, isn't it?
It is going to be a very different Christmas.
I know some people don't get to spend Christmas with their families this year.
Well, this year most people don't get to spend Christmas with their families.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said some. I didn't know.
Most.
I mean, most. Yeah. It's,
probably.
There's a lot of the shutdown and that whole thing, of course, is very, very difficult for a lot of people. Teresa, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and Merry Christmas to you as well.
We have a few different things in store for you tonight, so
we do.
Stay tuned.
There's some fun stuff. We are very dark, though.
Oh, goodness.
But you guys can put up with it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a tough year.
Indeed.
I think we can all agree on that.
Right.
And
we got hot chocolate, by the way,
we do have
with
hot
marshmallows.
Chocolate, yes.
I'm a little worried about the marshmallows coming up and sticking on my nose or something.
They're going to float away with a little red from your lipstick. But yeah, we decided, it's been a tough year, and we decided we wanted to do something kind of unusual. Yeah. And so that's why we decided to do this Nights Before Christmas.
Hopefully bring a little joy and happiness to you all.
Yeah.
So hello, and thank you again for being with us.
You guys know that's what we're all about. So
yes,
we're happy to be here. So we've got a couple of surprises in store for today. Yeah.
Yes.
Some fun stuff. But we'll try to keep this relatively short because I know a lot of you have Christmas Eve services to go to, or planning for things for dinner and family and all that. So
cooking, cleaning, so much to do, right?
So much to do.
Some people may still have to do some Christmas shopping. I don't
know. Christmas shopping,
or at least wrapping the
gifts.
Hope not. Well, I know some people wait till last minute.
There are those. We probably need to head to the grocery store to grab just a couple of things. Well, one thing in particular, but that's here nor there. Anyways.
Milk for coffee, you mean?
Yes, milk for coffee. Priorities.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so shall we start things off with?
Sure.
Okay. So we decided, again, this is kind of an unusual thing. We don't normally do these. And so we wanted to make this a little different, a little special. Yes. So we thought we would start tonight off with a magic trick.
Yeah, we don't usually get to do this.
We don't. Fun. No, it's a little different. Now, a lot of people think that magic is a purely visual art form. And that's not really true. You see, part of our job is to trick the eyes, but a bigger and probably more difficult task is for us to trick the imaginations. Now, we believe that Christmas is a great time to really let your imaginations run wild. In order to do that, we need to test your imaginations. And this particular test is going to involve all of you. That's right. Ooh. You at home get to take part in this magic trick.
You guys get to play along with this one. So you ready?
So, in order to test your imagination, we're going to use a simple test. I'm going to describe something. You're going to try to imagine it as best as you possibly can. Yes. And then at the end, we'll see how we line up. If we do things right, then we're going to make our thoughts intersect in a wonderful, imaginary, perfectly realistic way. Fun, right? Now, I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but it's really not. We invite you to play along. Otherwise, the next few minutes will be a waste of time. So here's what I want you to do. First of all, just starting off, I want you to imagine there's a little table in front of you. And on that table are 3 colored ornaments. There's a red one, a white one, and a blue one. Pretty like ball-shaped ornaments like you'd hang on the tree.
Yes.
And watch me very closely and do exactly what I do. Because in a moment, you're going to do these exact same things. Now, of course, I can't see you, so I have to trust that you're actually playing along, so please play along. Now, I want you to pick up one of the ornaments in your right hand. Doesn't matter which one, whichever one you want. And I want you to move that ornament from hand to hand as you spell a word, one move for each letter. So, for example, if you were spelling the word tree, you'd start with the ornament in your fist like this. And you'd go T, R, E, E. Make sense? Perfect. All right. Now, were you able to imagine that perfectly? I hope so, because that's
Do you
going
want
to
to give them a moment to do that?
Yeah. I'll give them a moment. Go ahead. So hold the ball in your hand.
Yep.
And
Spell that word.
Spell that word out.
And then
It doesn't really matter, because in a moment we're going to put that one down. We're going to start all over.
All right.
So, everybody got it?
I think so.
I think so. Okay.
Let's move on.
Now, the good thing is, because they're magic ornaments, you'll notice they never fall to the ground unless you want them to. They'll always land in your hand if that's exactly what you want. So right now, take the ornament that you have, put it back on the table. Okay? So again, you've got a red, a white, and a blue ornament. Now, let's start with your hands empty. And to help your imagination, go ahead and close your eyes. All right? Close your eyes tightly. Don't peek. Just listen to my voice. Concentrate on anything I say. I want you to reach down and pick up one of the ornaments, the red, the white, or the blue, and hold it in your right hand. Do you have it? All right. Now, I want you to transfer it from hand to hand as you spell the color of that particular ornament, red, white, or blue. Start with it in your right hand and spell that word, tossing the ball up and over, one move for each letter in the name of the color of the ball that you're holding. Do that now. Give you just a moment to do that. All right? Okay, so now you've got a fist and you're holding the ornament and an open hand, an empty hand. If you ended up holding the ornament in your left hand, just hold on to it. Don't put it down. But if you're holding the ornament in your right hand, put it back on the table and switch it for a different color. Okay? Be sure to see the color of that new ornament that you're picking up. See the color perfectly in your imagination. Good. Now you're holding one ornament, and you know the color. Yes? Yes. I don't know the color because it's all in your mind. It's all in your imagination. Remember that color, the color of that ornament. Make sure you see it perfectly in your mind. Bring both of your hands together and toss that ornament away. Now, because it's a magic ornament, it flies 10 miles through the air. It's gone for good. You're never going to use that color again.
Aww.
Okay, that color's gone.
Okay.
All right? So that means there's 2 remaining colors on the table, yes? Okay. Now, take a look at both of them and pick either one of them up in either hand. Whichever hand you want, you can pick up whichever color you want. Got it? Right hand or left hand. But remember the color and be sure to make a fist when you're holding it. Okay? Really imagine this in your mind. All right. Now, I want you to notice which hand the ornament is in. If it's in your right hand or your left hand. And spell that word, moving the ornament from one hand to the other, spelling either right or left, depending on which hand you're holding the ornament in.
Okay.
Making one move for each letter in that word. So R-I-G-H-T or L-E-F-T. Okay, do that now. All right?
Okay.
Good. Now, hold the ornament where it ended up in your fist. You got it?
Okay.
Good. Now, I'd like you to spell the color of that ornament. The one that's in your hand. Move that ornament back and forth, one move for each letter in the color of that ornament. Do that now.
Okay.
Good? You're a good participant. I like that.
Trying to be.
Now, stop right there. You've got a fist with an ornament inside it, yes?
Yes.
Yes. And you've got an empty hand.
Yes.
Yes, okay. With your empty hand, I want you to pick up the last ornament on the table and be sure to notice that last color.
Okay.
You got it? Good. Now listen to me closely. Take the ornament that's in your left hand, whichever one it is. Notice the color. Lift it up and hang it in midair. Good job. Now, because it's a magic ornament, it stays there suspended in midair, as though it were hanging on the branch of a tree.
So magical.
Now, you can toss away the ornament in your right hand. Just remember the color of the ornament that you hung up.
It's gone.
Okay? Okay, so everybody, you can open up your eyes now. Now, did you all play along? If you played along, put a little 1 in the comment box. Let me know that you played along. Because if you didn't, then I'm going to stop right here.
1 means you played along. So we want to see lots of 1s
That's
in
right.
the comment box.
And remember the color of that ornament that you hung in midair.
I remember.
Okay, good.
And we're waiting, guys.
And we're waiting. We are going to wait for you.
We're drinking hot
That's
chocolate
right.
while we wait for a response.
It's a good hot chocolate break.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
And we got the marshmallows in there.
It's so
good.
So good. All right. Very good, very good. All right. So, you ready to do this?
Ready.
Okay. So, you hung up one ornament in midair, right? It was red, white, or blue. You can see it. You can visualize it in your mind. Yes? Very good. Now, you may notice that back here, this entire time, there has been a box sitting on our shelf.
Ooh, Teresa playing along.
Teresa, very nice.
Good.
Kathy Spades, Merry Christmas. Now, if you played along
Yeah.
and you did everything exactly right,
Mm-hmm.
we've got a special gift for you. Because inside this box, we have a blue ornament just like the one you hung up in your mind.
Yes!
Huh?
That was it.
Did it work for you?
That was
Did it
it.
work for you? If it worked for you, let us know. Be sure to put a comment in the box. And if it didn't work for you, don't say anything. But
Yeah.
there you go. There's a little Christmas to start your holidays off with.
That's fun.
Yay! Well, cool.
All right.
All right. And yeah, we've got a couple of people. Kathy Spades joined us. Very good to see you, Kathy. It's been a while, but it's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
And Jen Hester, nice to see you.
Fantastic.
Welcome, welcome. All right, so now it is the nights before Christmas event, yes, and
Even though it's only one night,
but
evening,
it's 2 nights.
but it's 2 nights. I know. We can't take the credit or the blame for that.
This is true.
It was somebody else who came up with the title.
Yeah, a
for
friend of
this.
ours came up with the title, so we said, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah. But
Bessie, good
Oh,
to see
hey,
you. Merry Christmas
Maryland.
from Maryland. We love
Yeah.
Maryland.
I bet it's cold and chilly up there right now.
I'll bet it is. But we wanted to spend just a few minutes kind of talking about some Christmas memories.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think we all have those memories of growing up at Christmas time and what it was like. So what
Tell me your memories.
Tell you my memories. Let's see here.
While we sip on our hot cocoa.
I know. Well, you know, it's funny. One of my fondest memories from, especially when I was really, really young, was Jen. I think she did. She
Yay!
got it right. Yay.
Good.
Actually, I spent a wonderful Christmas with Jen and her family one year.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was very
Fun.
nice. But one of my fondest memories is, gosh, I must have been 3rd grade or something. It was an amazing year because I got to go. I think I got to go to Hawaii and Vail that year.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But I spent Christmas in Vail, and I remember that there was a particular toy that I really, really wanted, and I got it that Christmas. I was so happy. It was a Voltron toy. It was
Voltron.
I just showed my age.
Maybe a little bit.
But that was a very fun memory. And then probably my very best, most dearest memory outside of just any time with you, which is always my fondest memory. But is when we got married, and you know which one I'm thinking of, don't you? And we got married right around Christmas time, and we spent it in Australia.
Yeah.
And it was the only time that our entire family has been together. Your parents and my parents. And
Correct.
My parents are divorced, and so both my mom and my dad in the same room.
Parents.
Yeah.
So 3 sets of parents.
And as happens, divorces can be kind of difficult and tough.
Right.
And so I hadn't seen my birth parents interact wonderfully in a long time. Right. But this particular Christmas. We had crackers,
Yeah.
right? Where you pop them and you get a little toy inside. And
there's usually those really bad jokes inside, along with those paper hats.
Bad jokes. Those are the best jokes ever.
I know. They're great.
But there's a really great memory forever burned in my brain of my mom and my dad sitting across the table from each other with this little plastic frog.
Yes.
Just jumping it back and forth to each other and laughing and smiling.
They were doing the little.
They were. It was so
jumping
beautiful.
Through the goal. Yeah, that was fun.
I loved it. How about you?
Well, growing up in Australia, it was obviously summertime down there. So, but you never knew what kind of weather it would be. In Melbourne, it could be a little on the cooler side. Trying to think temperature-wise. I
Do the
doing the math.
Do the math.
From Celsius to
Conversion.
Fahrenheit. But it could also be really hot. And I remember sometimes it was just so hot you just want to jump in the pool after eating Christmas dinner, or you didn't want the oven on. So I think there was a couple of times Mum did like a cold Christmas meal because it was just too hot to have the oven on. Used doing the roast chicken dinner, whatever, turkey, whatever it may be. So yeah, there was that. And then I know there was one time, like just I think it was Christmas, and I was pretty young, very, very young. And there we went to church like Christmas Day. So my brother and I had a tradition where we would get up together before, because my parents said no waking us up before this time. But my brother and
How many parents have that rule?
Yeah, I know, right? We would go to one of each other's rooms and empty our stockings together and show what we got. And then when it was time to open gifts, we'd run down to the parents and, open all the gifts. And then, breakfast, and we'd go to church that morning. And when you're really little, I think back then we had like this little show and tell moment. So kids got to go up and show what they got for Christmas. And one year I was really young and I got this little baby doll, and it cried when you pulled the dummy, the pacifier out. And I wanted to show that, and my parents were trying to discourage me from doing this, thinking that I was going to make the doll cry and make a lot of noise. I'm like, no, I won't. But lo and behold, guess what happened?
What?
The little baby doll started screaming.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about what are things that you love or don't love about Christmas time?
Well, we always had a gathering of people.
Uh-huh.
It was never just the four of us, Mum, Dad, brother, and I. We would be at somebody's house, but usually we had people over at our house. And we had to extend tables. There was multiple tables going on, and just this huge gathering of people. And that's one of the things that I loved.
Aw.
Get up, go to church, and then you get home, hurry to get everything together. And there's a joke in our house as to what Mum forgot to put out on the table. It's often the potatoes, or it'd be something else. Like, what did she forget this time? But yeah, good memories.
Oh, that's
How
good.
about you?
Um,
And feel free to say in
yeah,
comments.
we'd love to know your thoughts. So what are things that you love or don't love about Christmas time?
Right.
I know in a moment we're going to talk about something I don't love about Christmas time. But,
Okay.
it's actually, sorry, my earphone is bothering me. One of the things I love to think back to is, a few years back I had the chance to preach on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
And I'll actually share this probably tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
On Facebook, but my probably one of my most controversial sermons.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
This,
only because of the title.
well, so the series was called "Why I Hate Christmas,"
Right.
and it was it's kind of a play on all those things that drive you nuts about Christmas.
Yeah.
And mine, which I thought was appropriate for Christmas Eve, was Baby Jesus.
I know, you guys are gasping right now. David actually preached a sermon like why I hate baby Jesus.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll put a link to it either later today or tomorrow, and you guys can check that out. But I thought it was a pretty good sermon.
It was.
Yeah.
You got some great comments afterwards.
I did.
But some people beforehand are like, what?
I can't believe you went there.
Kick him out now.
But I will say that...
hey, Jenny.
Good to see
hey,
you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. I will say that one of my least favorite things about Christmas has often been Christmas music.
Yes, it has.
But I have a reason for that.
Okay.
Right. So when I was younger, I worked in a music store, and we were told what kind of music we had to play.
Right.
And from the day after Thanksgiving until Christmas Eve, all we were allowed to play was Christmas music.
And you got tired of it.
Over and over and over.
See, I like it.
She loves it. So, So
Not all of them. It does get a little exhausting after a while hearing the same stuff.
Right.
But some of this new stuff that's coming out,
there's some amazing albums. Oh my goodness. You're loving that Carrie Underwood.
Have you heard Carrie Underwood's The Gift? Her brand new album. I'm just loving it. Yeah, it's really pretty. But I was listening to, now I can't think of the name of it.
Which one?
Mary, Did You Know?
Mm.
I don't like singing it because I cannot sing. But hearing somebody else, I think I was watching a church service online early today, and they got to that part, and that this lady singing it, and then they play this video at the same time, and it's just like, it's so beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But you and your
yeah.
music,
Yeah.
that you don't like very many, but there is one that you like.
There's one, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Just
Okay.
want to acknowledge Kathy's comment here. I love Christmas '98 or Christmas '88. Our precious baby girl was born, and I hated 2015 when we lost precious baby girl.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
And that's sad. I'm very sorry to hear that. That's our hearts go out to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know Christmas has to be a tough time.
Yes.
So, well, hopefully this next little bit will give you a little cheer because even though I'm a bit of a Grinch when it comes to Christmas stuff, and particularly Christmas music, there is one Christmas song that I absolutely love, and I love it to the point that I can listen to it when it's not Christmas time.
This is big news, guys.
Yeah. And we are very blessed to actually be friends with the songwriter and performer of this song,
Yes.
and she graciously gave us permission to share her music video for this.
So Facebook or YouTube or whoever happens to hear this, we do have permission to play this next song.
That's right. Shall we just get to it then?
Let's get to it.
All right, so we hope you guys will enjoy this rendition of Kelsey Lewis. She goes by KJAE Music now, and her song, Christmas Beside You.
Here it is.
Chestnuts roasting by my heart. You lit it on fire from the very spark. Not gonna lie, feels like Christmas beside you. You got me falling like the snow. I melt like frosty when it's time to go. Not gonna lie, feels like Christmas beside you. Ribbons and twine, I want your heart wrapped up with mine. Presents and bows, your love's a gift I long to hold. Sparkling lights, cold winter nights, mistletoe strung for two. Oh, feels like Christmas beside you. Cheeks of Rudolph red, jingle jangle goes my head. Not gonna lie, feels like Christmas beside you. Ooh. Santa baby, grant me this. All I want for Christmas is a kiss. Not gonna lie, feels like Christmas beside you.
Well, there she was. Isn't that amazing?
That was so good.
I
She's
absolutely.
amazing. So talented.
I know. It's not fair.
Yeah.
But I like I said, I love that song. I hope you guys like that. You guys caught a little. I was hoping to make this transition a little.
Yeah, so
more
you can look
seamless.
her up. I think we tagged her in the post, didn't we?
Did, yeah.
So-
KJ Music,
Yes.
KJAE.
So if you want to
Music.
follow her, there you go.
There you go. Exactly.
Yes, thank you. I saw her a little thumbs
little
up.
thumbs up for her.
Appreciate the love.
She's such an amazing songwriter and such a sweet girl.
She is.
Yeah. Yeah, we were very honored to be able to go to her wedding.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
It's a wonderful, wonderful time. But it's Christmas, and there's all kinds of excitement in the air about all the stuff that's going on. And I just think that
Ho ho ho!
What is going
Ho
on?
ho ho!
oh my goodness,
Oh.
David, Kylie, I hate to interrupt you, but
Oh, yeah.
I know that you've got a very busy night ahead, and
Yes,
I
Santa.
really have a busy night.
Yeah, you do.
But I wanted to take time out to stop and remind everybody of a few things.
Okay.
One, we're going to do everything we can to be perfectly safe this year. I know it's a very different year, but we're following all the protocols to make sure everyone stays safe.
I'm sure.
Good.
And I know this has been a rough year for you and you guys.
It's true.
All the shows
Yeah.
getting canceled, everything like that.
Santa
But
knows.
yet you've persevered and brought joy and happiness to people all over the world, both through your coffee chats, your shows, and just the big heart and love that you guys exhibit everywhere you go. And I wanted to thank you for that.
Thank you.
I also want to remind everyone of the greatest gift of all. You know, we celebrate with presents and we give food and all that kind of stuff, and it's great. Celebrations are wonderful. But the greatest gift of all was the gift God gave to us when he gave us his son, Jesus Christ. And that's
Amen.
what Christmas is
So
really
true.
about, is the celebration of the birth of Jesus. But he came to live and to die for you. That's right.
Yeah.
For each one of you individually, God sent his son for you. And
That's
I
true.
just want to remind
Yeah.
everybody that we get so busy and we run around and mess around, we forget the very reason for Christmas. And I just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas
Aw.
Uh-huh.
and to
Merry
all
Christmas.
a good night.
Merry Christmas.
Hi,
Santa. Oh, wow, that was
Oh,
cool.
wow. We had a little visit from Santa.
I'll peek.
Got a busy night ahead of him. That's for
Absolutely.
sure.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, he actually had a very good point.
He
That
did.
the whole reason we celebrate the season is, of course, because of Jesus.
Absolutely. God
And-
came to earth.
Exactly.
Yeah. How
As
beautiful
The
is that?
incarnation is one of my favorite theological concepts
Yeah.
in the Bible, and I love the fact that as Christians we get to embrace that, and we
Absolutely.
get to be the incarnation now.
Mhm.
But we're thinking that it might be a perfect time to do a Bible reading.
I think it is.
You
Yes.
got one for us?
I do. Here we go. So I have Luke chapter 2, starting at verse 1.
Ooh.
All right. About that time, Caesar Augustus ordered a census to be taken throughout the empire. This was the first census when Quirinius, that's a fun one, was governor of Syria. Everyone had to travel to his own ancestral hometown to be accounted for. So Joseph went from the Galilean town of Nazareth up to Bethlehem in Judah, David's town, for the census. As a descendant of David, he had to go there. He went with Mary, his fiancée, who was pregnant. While they were there, the time came for her to give birth. She gave birth to a son, her firstborn. She wrapped him in a blanket and laid him in a manger because there was no room in the hostel. There were this is from the Message version, just to give you a little different taste of it, just because you probably heard the same thing over and over, and I just love this translation sometimes to mix things up. So there were sheep herders camping in the neighborhood. They had set night watches over their sheep. Suddenly, God's angel stood among them, and God's glory blazed around them. They were terrified. The angel said, "Don't be afraid. I'm here to announce a great and joyful event that is meant for everybody worldwide. A Savior has just been born in David's town, a Savior who is Messiah and Master. This is what you're looking for, a baby wrapped in a blanket and lying in a manger." At once the angel was joined by a huge angelic choir singing God's praises. Glory to God in the heavenly heights. Peace to all men and women on earth who please him. As the angel choir withdrew into heaven, the sheep herders talked it over. Let's get over to Bethlehem as fast as we can and see for ourselves what God has revealed to us. They left, running, and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in the manger. Seeing was believing. They told everyone they met what the angels had said about this child. All who heard the sheep herders were impressed. Mary kept all these things to herself, holding them deep within herself. The sheep herders returned and let loose, glorifying and praising God for everything that they had heard and seen. It turned out exactly the way they'd been told.
Mm.
So there
That's
we go.
beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Verse 20.
I love listening to you read the Bible.
Aww.
It's a beautiful thing.
Thanks.
Well, guys,
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about.
Story of Jesus being born.
That's right.
And I love the different versions in the Bible. If you
Mhm.
read the interpretations of to what they focus on.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's the same story. It's just in what
From
the
different perspectives.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That was Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 20, out of the Message.
That's right. That's
So.
right.
Just a little different.
Yeah. Well, guys, so that is the end of our Nights Before Christmas.
It is.
We hope you guys have an amazing Christmas.
Yeah.
What?
Just love those you have with you.
Yeah. It's yeah. As you guys know, it can be a tough year. It's been a tough year for a lot of people, and there's a lot of hurting.
Yeah.
There's people in hospitals. I know Kylie's father is currently in senior care, nursing home,
Nursing home.
and probably in his final days.
Yeah.
So we
So if you could keep my family in your prayers, that would be appreciated.
that would be wonderful.
Mm.
We actually, and now that I think about it, one of my other really favorite memories is kind of a sad one, but it's last year we got a call from your mom telling us that she had spoken to her dad's doctor, and that the doctor suggested that we make the most of last Christmas.
Yeah. This was last October.
Yeah.
And
so
we're like, well, we should go down there. So we spent last Christmas in Australia with my family, and I'm so thankful.
yeah, I'm extremely glad we did that because
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you.
How your father is doing right now is it's heartbreaking. He is an amazing
It
man.
is.
And it's
But
hard to see.
we've all had, lost people and had heartbreak.
Yeah.
And maybe this year more than any before. So
That's true.
just
That's true.
be kind to others, be praying for everybody, and just remember that you're not far from God. He came down to be with us.
To be with us. That's right. He dove into the muck with us.
I know.
And
he chose to do that.
and that is one of the beautiful things that
Yeah,
even
you're
if
never alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from our home to yours.
Yes.
This will be our last broadcast for the year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Well,
So,
that's the current plan.
That's the current plan, unless we decide, why not? Let's do something
Right.
else.
Yeah.
But currently, this is the last one. So we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bye.